Hey guys, this is Eric, and I'm going to go over copying your gradebook from semester 1 to semester 2 or quarter 2 to quarter 3, as opposed to creating new gradebooks, which I have in another tutorial. So you can either create gradebooks from scratch for the new term, or you can copy them from the previous term. Both have their advantages and disadvantages, and you can choose the way you wish to do it. On my front Aries page, you notice I don't have any gradebooks. I'm looking at the spring semester here in quarter 3. So there's no gradebooks yet. If I want to access my gradebooks from here, never fear, they're still there. You can go to Gradebook and view them. If you want to access them from this front page, you can click Show All Terms and access them from the front page. I'm going to undo that. You can uncheck it. So now I just have my current terms showing up on the front portal page. To start creating the gradebooks, you're going to click Gradebook, and that's going to take us to the Gradebook dashboard. And the previous other tutorials I have how to just add gradebooks from scratch. You'll click one of these to do that. If you can add multiple gradebooks, mass, and just one gradebook, one. So our starting point is 2. And once just to back up, you have your past terms here, and all your semester 1 are going to be, gradebooks are going to be in the past terms section. You just click that little drop down. So you're going to click Copy Gradebook to get started. The thing about copying gradebooks is you need to do it one class or period at a time. So for my first period class, I'm going to copy my first period gradebook for Social Studies Fall. Okay, now what do I want to copy? So final marks, that would be the grade scale that was set up. If you customize the grade scale in your first period class last term, it'll bring it over. Also, if you added a custom marking, which most people don't do, all your options, which includes that load students automatically when you click class scores by class, or you have the minimum maximum grade points, it'll just copy it over. And then the categories, whether you chose total points or category weighting. If you chose category weighting, it'll bring those weighting calculations over. The final check is to copy all your assignments, and you probably don't want to do that, but you have the potential. Technically, you could do it. So I'm going to copy my first period gradebook from Social Studies Fall. All the settings in that gradebook, I want my new first period gradebook, so I'm going to click Save. Now I need to tell it created the gradebook. Here's its name. It's called Social Studies 6A Copy, and I can change that later. And it is for the fall term, and I'll change that right now. I don't want it for the fall term. So I'm going to uncheck fall, and I'm going to check spring right here, and I'm going to make sure and double check that I'm doing the right date. This is a semester-long class, so it ends on June 9th, and I made sure I selected the correct term. Now I need to select the correct section of students. Really important that your students match your gradebook. So I want any student enrolled in my first period Social Studies Class B for the spring enrolled in this gradebook, and I'm going to check that. If I check multiple boxes here, and it lets me do that, it'll put all those kids in one gradebook. So we've seen teachers with 90-something kids in their one gradebook for their first period class, and that can happen if you select too many terms here, or the wrong kids have been in the gradebook. You can always fix it later, not a problem, but we want to do it right the first time. So now down here is the grade name. This is no longer A, and I don't want it to say copy. So I'm just going to change that to B. Okay, and then I click Save, and it's saving these new terms, and now the gradebook is called 1 Social Studies B, and this is the spring quarter. If I click on categories, it brought over my color-coded categories. Options, it brought over all the options if you did the minimum maximum scores, if you changed it, which I recommend, assignment due date descending, starting with the most recent, and then going down to the earliest due dates. So all that has been copied. Any rules you set up, to add students, you would click Manage Students and add the students. We don't need to do that right now because I like to do it this way with the Add Them Automatically, when I load the scores by class page. So, but let's go back to add more gradebooks. We click on the dashboard. So I'm going to click dashboard, and I've added one gradebook. It's called future term because we're not in semester 1 yet. And I'm going to add more gradebooks. I've added period 1. I'm going to add period 2. Copy gradebook. I go to my period 2. My period 2 is English, so I want the same settings from English to go to my period 2 English. So those are the settings I want to copy. So I'm going to do final marks, gradebook options, gradebook categories, not the assignments. I'll go a little faster on the next couple. Okay, and now I need to check the due dates. Here's what it's called. I'm going to check that. I don't want it for fall, so I'm unchecking fall. Give me a big warning. I want spring. This is a semester-long class. These are the right dates. It's period 2 spring, so I want to make sure I add the correct students. Spring, period 2. This is where you could kind of mess up. If I click the wrong box here, the wrong students will go into the gradebook. That being said, you can change that by coming back to the Manage Gradebook site. I'm going to change the name, English. This is B. We're calling it term B. And then period 2, term B, save. So now I have my 2 gradebooks. To add more gradebooks, I go to the dashboard. Okay, notice the name changed again here. This is Spring English 6B. I'll do it one more time. So I have 2 gradebooks so far. As you can see, it's a pretty quick process. Period 3. So I'm going to do my English period 3 class. Verse 3. Save. It's not a fall class. Warnings, all kinds of warnings. It's a spring. It's not a quarter class that ends on March 26th. It ends on January 9th. Okay. Period 3. I need to add the spring students for period 3. Notice I have 2 period 3s. The first one's for the fall or semester 1. I want the second one. Change the name to B and save. And I'm done. A dashboard. Well, I'm not done. I have more classes. I have 3. I'll do this just to show you. It's a pretty quick process. Copy gradebook. I'm doing period 4 is social studies. 1, 2, 3. Save. This is period 4. It's not the fall. It's the spring. Double check that. I want period 4. I don't want period 4 fall. I want period 4 spring. Period 4 spring. Okay. And I want it to be called B. And I don't want it to have copy on there. B. And I click save. So that's pretty painless. So now I'm going to go back to my dashboard. One thing it doesn't copy over, however, so I have 4. I need to do one more. I need to do my elective. One thing it doesn't copy over are the linking or groupings. Now, in the last term, I had anything I put in period 2 English, it went to my period 3 English. You can tell I was experimenting here. Since we're here, and you'll notice I have a gradebook I don't want. To get rid of it, I go to Manage Gradebook over here. I know I'm bird walking a little bit, but I saw this. And I can delete this gradebook. Be really careful because you can't get it back, okay, once you do it. Now that one's gone. So, in my semester 1, anything I added to English or assignment was added to period 3 as well. 2 and 3 were linked. I want to do that again. I want my 2 English classes linked, and I want my 2 social studies classes linked. So to do that, I'm in the dashboard. I'm going to click Link Gradebooks from the dashboard. And here are my links. Now keep in mind, I have previous gradebooks already linked up. So I have group 1 and group 2. They're linked by group. And I want to just leave these alone. So my new groups are going to have different numbers. I'm going to have group 3 and 4 because I'm going to have 2 groups. So I don't want to duplicate these numbers because I don't want to link my new English class with my semester 1 English class. It's another little area where you can kind of go wrong on this. So both my English classes are going to be 3, a number I haven't used before. I can just type it in here. And my 2 new social studies classes are going to be group 4. And then my advisory, which I haven't added yet, is going to be 0. I don't link my elective classes. Now, I'm going to have 4 groups. that's kind of a lot. I have a lot of preps. So do you probably. So I'm going to click on save. As soon as I click save, I'll have my 4 groups. To view those groups, I go to link Gradebook. And now, as of right now, anything I add to English period 2 will be added to English period 3 because they're in group 3. And here's group 4. Anything I add to social studies will be added. If I want to unlink them, let's say the 2 classes get out of sync and one's behind and doing different activities, I can just change this number to 0 and it will be unlinked. And I could put it back and link them up again if they get caught up with each other. So I won't do that now. But there it is to add the students. The preferred method for me to add students is to, in Manage Gradebook, select options and make sure that you have add drop students automatically right here. Okay. But what you can do is you can manage your new gradebook. And then you can click on manage students and then you can click add and then the drop automatically. If I click add students, it's going to add the students and it takes a little bit of time. So I can add it this way, or I can just have them added once I go into grade by scores. And the first time I'll show that really quickly. Let me go back to the dashboard. View class by scores. I can click here. And now I have to add assignments first. And then when I get back in there, it'll add the students automatically. So for the first assignment I add, it takes a little bit longer. But anyway, there's the dashboard. And I have my gradebook set up. I just need to add my quarter-long class and I'm done. So that's it. You want to see me do it one more time? You can stop it here, or I think I'll go ahead and copy my quarter class over. I'm going to use the gradebook settings from my Steam quarter 2. And I'm just doing the same thing I did before. And this is quarter 2. It's now quarter 3. This is not a semester-long class. This class ends on March 26th. That's correct. And then I need my quarter 3 students here for my 6th period. And then I'm just going to erase copy for this one. It doesn't do the A, B thing. So I might call it Q3 and click save. Now I've added all my gradebooks. And that was 12 minutes with me explaining and talking a long time. So, hey, thanks for watching. If you need any help, just let me know. I'll help you out. I have all my gradebooks ready to go for the new term. So please let me know if you have any questions or need any help with this. I'm happy to help you out.